Hi FlossTube, it's Julie. It is SylverStitches on January 30th, 2019, and I am here to show you a few things. Something that I found actually in the trunk of my car, so therefore it's another new piece. Not new, already started, just found, another found piece, and what I worked on yesterday, only because I want to try and go back on the bandwagon of stitching every day. I lost it a little bit, so maybe if I stitch on one day and then be able to film the next morning, then that'd be fun. So it seems super sunny out, but in reality it's really cloudy out. But it's only minus 15 today, says the Grumpy Cat app. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But I don't think that accounts for the wind. So who knows what it's really like outside. All I know is it's cloudy, but it's really, really bright. So yesterday I worked on Dream by Stony Creek, and here we go. So I got most of the green done, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to try and add to the pink in just a second. So I got pattern. I usually show it like this. I got most of the green done, but then while stitching yesterday, I realized the flower down here, the flower that's down here, and the flower that's up there, the pink in it is not right, like the flower part around the outside, because that flower is the correct stitching. Those two other flowers, no. So I'm going to have to try, and it's not frogging out, it's just adding two, which is nice. I just didn't make it wide enough, I guess. There's an extra stitch. Another row of like around both, like the left and right side. Anyway, so that's what I did from yesterday at the hospital when James was getting his treatment done, and a little bit before when I was uploading yesterday's video. And then what I'm going to work on today is a small, and it's also something that I had found. It was, I guess, at one point my travel project, and it will be good if, yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so it was at one point a travel project, and it's been through the ringer. It's at least the picture of it has been through the ringer. So here he is Raymond. He is a skating reindeer by Mill Hill. So that's what I'm going to be working on today from while watching. Why can't I just stop talking? What happened? Catching up on some floss tube, and stitching on him. And then this is what I have so far. I have a lot of the border done. I decided on this piece to start with the border, so I'll show him on the back of, there we go. He goes like this. I'm gonna have to find a needle, of course, but he goes like this. It's just the outside border. That's all in one color, and it's all DMC, so even though I've lost the threads, I can pick up another DMC. So this is the bottom color of, not the whole border, because there's all of these little look like trees. They look like trees on the bottom, but this is where I am now. So I'm just working my way down this side. So it should be exciting. I haven't worked on it for quite a long time, but he is added to all of my wheels, and he is added to my smalls box. So today is brought to you by Snowflakes, because just my mug. It's got coffee in it. It's really hot, and I think that's all I have for now. I might check in later. We're going to James's treatment again today, so we have to leave in about an hour and a half, so there's probably be about half an hour to 45. Charlotte? There's probably half an hour to 45 minutes of stitching time before we leave, and then I need to wake him up to head out. So the weather today is not a snowstorm, so that's good. It did not snow last night, so huzzah. So probably it will end up snowing today. On the way home, just like it did yesterday, but that's okay. And there we go. I'm going to go see what my cat is into, so I will stop this video here so you can see her tail. It shouldn't be that high. And I'll talk to everybody later. See you in my next clip. Hi everybody, I'm back about 11 hours later on the same day, so I don't know, it's Wednesday, January 30th, and but now it's almost 8:30 at night. So all day I worked on, not all day, but enough of the day, I worked on Raymond, my skating reindeer by Mill Hill. Sorry, it has been through a whole lot, this cover page. Anyway, I found it in my trunk. I know I just told you that about the clip ago, but it's 11 hours later. So, here we go. I have stitched far more than what I was thinking I was going to today. So I definitely met my goal of what I was going to stitch today. I don't know. I guess I'm going to put it up against this. So I finished all of the border going down. When I last showed you in my last clip, it was essentially all of this without any of the fill-in, but I finished all of this. That was done at the hospital earlier with James, and then I started this when I got home. So I started over here. I started the Scotch stitches. I had never done them before, but as you can maybe see, are they almost? Anyway, so it's in the square. Can you see it on this side? They're not all X's. There's a good one up there. Like it shows, yeah, anyway. If you don't know what it is, look it up or ask me or whatever you want, but that's what I just spent the last little while doing. And so then I started the same red down there, of the outline of the bottom leg of the square that it is. So I'm very, very, very happy with the progress of this today. I didn't think I was going to get as much done as I did, so that's good. And there we go. So I worked on it for on and off. Like we drove to the hospital, we got all settled, so then I stitched there. I stitched for about an hour there because his treatment is about an hour, and then we drove home. So I drove home because he was under the influence of a lot of steroids, and then we had a little bit of lunch. He's been lying down since about 5 o'clock, so I decided to hang out with him for a little bit until he fell asleep again, and then so for probably about the last hour, I'd say I'm in the family room now stitching. Maybe I just didn't want to stitch with thread anymore. I don't know. Anyway, that red or that pattern or whatever it was, but I was definitely happy that I got all of these Scotch stitches. Is that what it's called? Scotch? Hold on. I just want to make sure, just in case it's not what it is. Yep, the Scotch stitch. Anyway, I'll show you in the instructions if I can. Oh yeah, the Scotch stitch right here. Sorry for the crinkling paper. So, I don't know if you can see it. So the Scotch, if it focus, is right here. So you're essentially in the square going on a diagonal through the squares of 9. So it was a new stitch for me. I had never done it before. So that is good. Learning is always good. So that was out of my smalls box. I decided I wanted to continue stitching because I'm now on a roll. So the next project that I pulled out for today was out of my Year of Whips challenge, my Year of Whips pieces. So that is also a small, a teeny tiny as well, but it is Sweet as Honey. And I have which way did it go? I have the bee finished. I just need to outline him and make his antenna a little bit more prominent, but there he is. And so I think I'm going to stitch, I'm not going to stitch the outline yet. I think I'm going to stitch the yellow honeycomb around him, because I think that's what's going to happen. I also think he is far too far down on the Ada, but that's okay. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll start the X's that go around the outside, just to make sure I have the border so that everything will be able to fit in. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, that's it for me for now. And so it's almost 8:30, and there we go. So I will see you in my next clip. Hey guys, I'm back again. Probably about 20 minutes later. I've been stitching on the Sweet as Honey for the last 20 minutes. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Sweet as Honey. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the way that the people that kitted the project. So I cut off a little bit of fabric, but it still looks like it is crooked. Like, is it me? I don't really know. Anyway, I can't really, anyway, I only did this much, so I only started the border, but the crookedness of this piece is driving me absolutely up the wall. I don't know, because if I hold it straight, if I hold the piece straight, my fabric's crooked, and it's not as if the squares, like, they're all equal. The squares are all equal. Like, it's not as, is it me? Am I crazy? See that? That looks crooked to me. But I can't figure out. Anyway, is what it is. I'm going to put this piece away for now. Put it to the back of the box, so that maybe the next time I pull from that box, I pull from the front, right? So I've stitched on the piece. It's not like I haven't. So the next time I pull from the Year of Whips box, which should be whenever I feel like it, really. Yeah, I got a new piece. So I'm going to pause this and find out what I'm going to stitch on next. Hold up. The other thing with this one, so this is just the kitted pattern, not the kit, okay? But the pattern is inside the magazine that it came from, so a cross stitch your magazine. I know where the pattern is. It's in a pile of magazines over there, but I don't know which one it's out of. So I was just honestly just following it from the front of the picture. Anyway, so that was another reason why I gave up, because I don't know, I'll find the magazine and throw it all together in the box. Anyway, just a second. All right, back again. I pulled out Baby Hippo 123 by Dimensions. So my next video I will update you on what I did. I think I last left off on this piece stitching, yeah, just finishing off the one. So chances are I'm going to outline that one and then move over to the next tan stripe. So it's going to be a lot of repetition, but that's okay. I'm okay with that at 9:09 at night. So that's that. I will check back with you in a little while. Bye, everybody. Hey, everybody, it's Julie again. I wanted to have this as the last video for the next posting because it was essentially a summary of yesterday plus an exciting thing that happened today, even though it's not even only 8 o'clock yet in the morning. So it's Thursday morning, Thursday, January 31st. And I, for the last 3 hours, maybe 4, have been working on one project. James and I went out to coffee at 2:30 in the morning and then got back at 3:30. So just like everybody knows, we both have a randomly weird sleep schedule, especially through treatments, only because the medication that he's on gives him like a high and then a low and then a high and then a low. So we take advantage of the ups because during treatment time and a little bit after, there's a lot of sleep. Anyway, so I'm just going to show you the black and white picture because that's all I have. But I restarted my Hade, my Heaven and Earth design. So it's the Ancient Dragon Scholar. Although, like most black and white pictures, it doesn't do it justice at all. So I will try and insert a picture of the photo, even though I've shown you all before. I've also posted it on Instagram, and like the progression of my stitching. So it is on still a large piece of fabric, because it will be a large piece. So here it is. Here's my like 6th restart on this project. So it doesn't it looks like a whole lot of brown. That's because it is. There's 5 different shades of brown, and then 2 different shades of very dark, like the avocado, dark avocado green. So that's that. It took me far too long to, as far as I'm concerned, stitch it, because like I said, I started at like 4 a.m. And I only really finished at 7:30. So parking, new to me. It's quite, the way I was doing it was, I did it row by row. So I did whatever, I did whatever with the color this was, and then like parked it in that row. And then once this whole row was done of colors, then I would start the next park. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Anyway, so my hope, and who knows, because if I say it, then it probably won't happen, but my my goal, I should say, not my hope, not my wish, not my whatever, is to try and stitch on it every day, regardless of whether or not I spin for it or whatever. I did four main colors at a time. And I had 5 needles, so there were two or three times there was only one stitch of one color. So, and it wasn't anywhere else in the square. So I just, loop started it, did the half stitch, did the 10th stitch, whatever you want to call it, and there we go. I did do half stitches, quarters. Why do I keep calling it quarter? Because I've been up for so long. I did do tent stitches or half stitches, whatever you want to call it. I don't really honestly know the difference, but so I did a 2 over 1, So 2 threads over 1, and even though it just really honestly just looks like a brown, whatever color you want to call that, brown square. Like I said, there's 5 different colors of brown and 2 different colors of green. So that's what that is. And so here's where I'm keeping all my needles, because I don't know where else to put them, and I don't have any needle minders, so I want to be able to continuously work with 4 to 5 colors at a time. What I was doing is I was pulling the threads this way, so then I would, if it was like if it was the next color thread that I was going to use, it would be on the top, and then. It worked. It got a little, not tangled, I won't say tangled because it wasn't tangled, but it was definitely like, oh, have to move it now, kind of, otherwise it's going to cause havoc and chaos and all of that stuff. So, yeah, it's probably damaging my, my fabric doing this, but we'll see how that goes. This fabric, I have the bag still. Oh geez, look at all the colors. Okay, this fabric is a 25 count Floba, I have no idea, in oatmeal. So, I thought that it would be a good not white background color for constantly looking at it, and I thought at the time it was a decent quality of fabric, but now that I'm working with it, it's okay. It's just not Ada, right? So it's a little like Ada, actually, just because it's definitely not like linen, and it's definitely not like even weave. So if you look at it closely, it is, I don't know if you can see it, it's got that, where are we going? It's got like a textured, almost like thick Ada feel to it. But yeah, so that's what it is. I got this fabric a couple of years ago from not cross stitch covered. That went a long time ago. Wool Time in Nepean. So if you're ever in the Ottawa area, that is one of the primary place to go for cross-stitch supplies. If anybody else knows anything differently, let me know. I'm always on the lookout for a cross-stitch, an LNS that I don't know about yet. There's been a few places where I've gone around where I live now, and it's primarily either a quilting store or a knitting store, or yeah, quilting, knitting. That seems to be what it is around here right now. Both places carry a DMC list, but it's not the complete list. That's all I got. So I'm going to go try and wake up James, because it's 8 o'clock, and I know he wanted to do things in the morning before he went to the hospital today. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Put them all together. Put all the videos that I've done since my last video all together. And hopefully upload it before we leave. So I'm going to, for now, say have a good day, or have a good night, have a good weekend, have a good whatever it is. My nose is absolutely off the wall. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say was I might tag people on the bottom in the description box. I don't know. And then if I tag people, does it let those people know that they've been tagged in my video? Like if I put their floss tube name down in the bottom? I don't know. So thank you to Michelle, so Bendy Stitchy. Then the last few days I've reached out to her and said, hey, I saw your Contessa and Squid. How did you start it? How did you decide to do it? You know, what method worked best for you? I know that everybody has a different way of doing it, and but how did it work best for you? Because you just like whipped through the 910 or the 910, the 310 like it was nothing. So, and then she explained, a little bit. And so I've been watching her as well as talking to her. And I want to say thank you to Terry Lee Crafts. Terry, she is, she's going through a whole lot right now, but she helped me try and get through this 100 squares just by being able to watch her videos. And the other floss tuber that I want to mention right now is Caroline Off the Grid Needle Arts. Off the Grid Needle Arts, and she was the last floss tuber that I was watching. Oh, hi Alexis. The last floss tuber that I was watching as I was finishing the first 100. So I'm going to try and tag those people down below, and I don't know if they get a notification saying you've been tagged. I don't know, but then maybe, I know Michelle is already subscribed, well, watches me because she's commented, but maybe my name will get more out there if, Caroline and Terry, who knows, right? Who knows? So that is that. And yeah, sorry, I just made it 3 minutes longer, but that's okay. And I will talk to everybody later. Signing off. I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good stitchy time until I talk to you next. This is Julie from Carleton Place, so just a small town outside of Ottawa. Yep. I want to try and do I'm not done talking yet. I want to do a wrap-up of January and how my plans changed so drastically and how everything worked out, but I don't know if I will. Maybe if I get a chance tonight, I can film a short, nothing is short, I can film a video of what my beginning of January plans were versus, a few days into it versus a few weeks ago versus now. Because I've had 3 or 4 changes of what I want the year to look like. Still no new starts, so 31 days, no new starts. I don't count this as a new start because I had already kind of started it like 3 or 4 times. So I'm following Michelle's rule of no new starts. Not no new starts, but something that you had started in the past and you had to restart, that's not a new start. That's a restart. So that's where I'm going to go with that. And hopefully I will stick with it. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish. I am so jumpy right now. I don't know how, not going to finish, but I don't know how I'm going to stitch. I don't know if I'm going to go this way, if I'm going to go this way, if I'm going to do like like the squares going diagonal. I might go all the way down to the bottom, all the way across, just to make sure I can do it, and then start of that one page. The especially all the way across, because eventually I'm gonna have to frog some out over there, because I feel like it's going to expand to over there because there's only so much width on this piece that I had an allowance for. So hopefully I'll be able to get all the way to the other side. But time will tell and we will see. So I hope everybody, this is it. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody has a good time stitching. I will see everybody later. Ciao and adios, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.